This will be uncomfortable for some of y'all, but Ricardo Martinez has a secret. He is not the invincible demon we thought he was. He is weak. And I don't mean this in a deep thinking kind of way. He is actually weak. And it became clear last chapter. Let's look at it. Sendo compares Ricardo's strength in the clinch to Ippo's power. When he realized he could easily push Ricardo away, he was shocked. Ricardo is actually that soft? Damn. But that's not the only reason. The rope around Ricardo's neck is getting tighter. Just milliseconds after Sendo pushed Ricardo to the ground like McDonald's leftovers, Bill crashes out. "Ricardi baby, are you okay? You're hurt, honey?" We haven't seen Sendo's coach for 6 weeks. Where was he when Sendo was thrown to the ground? Exactly. He doesn't even care. He knows Sendo will figure it out somehow. And shout out to Berserker Jay for his comment. He had the same thought and actually said it even better than me. Ricardo is so good because he's trying to hide his weakness to damage. He is outboxing his opponents because he can't let them hurt him. That creates the illusion of invincibility. He can't dish it out, but he can't take it. Bill's outburst just confirms this. And now let's talk about the spar with Sendo when he was in Mexico. We didn't see how he knocked him down, but we got Gonzalez's point of view when he entered the gym. Ricardo on the ground and Sendo standing above him like a bloodthirsty demon. And now look at Bill's Hollywood acting. Look, Ricardo is fine, isn't he? He wasn't actually knocked down, as he is sweating intensely. Sendo apparently threw a punch out of desperation and then leaned too far, which caused Ricardo to lose his balance. Okay. Honestly, that kid's got no manners. Isn't that right, guys? Agree with me here, gang. Look at the journalists. They know Bill is spouting nothing but dog shit here. The guy on the left will be Ricardo when Ippo is done with him. But funnily enough, almost 200 chapters after this spar, Bill finally comes clean. Back then, they thought Ricardo had dodged. But it was actually an open-handed punch, which means Sendo had more reach. His pinky grazed Ricardo's cheek by just a few millimeters. Sendo gave him the pinky touch of death. Imagine going down from a pinky promise. This was no fluke. Ricardo has never fought anyone with punches as hard as Sendo's. Even when Wally caught him full on with the cross, he managed to spin his head away. Plus, Wally doesn't have that kind of power that's comparable to Ippo or Sendo. We see this in Date against Ricardo. Ricardo says, "Could it be that you've come across someone with punches that at least equal my own?" And when Ricardo hits Wally with a body shot, Wally says before he fought Ippo, he wouldn't have been able to take that. We know that Wally was weak to body shots when he fought Ippo. Ippo basically punched him so hard that he had a new pain tolerance. This means that Ricardo doesn't punch nearly as hard as Ippo, and that he's weak to the kind of power Ippo and Sendo possess. This makes for a very interesting fight. The stakes are much higher if we consider those factors. Imagine Ricardo fighting for his life with his insane technical skills just to cover up the fact that he has a Hajime chin. Look at young Ricardo without a mustache. And now look at Hajime. Uh-oh. I think we all know what this foreshadowing means. Ricardo Martini versus Ippo will break the internet, but before that, his chin will break like a fortune cookie. See you in the next one.